Hey again. Okay, so unlike that one, this one's like 3 pages long. I'm sorry. This is really personal, but I don't know, I'm gonna do it anyway. This is called My Infinity. I remember when we went to one of your favorite places, a place called the Falls. I was scared to death while walking across the rocks because my dad didn't know exactly where I was, and I didn't want to explain to him why I was soaking wet when I got home. So I walked across awkwardly, and you were always several steps ahead of me. You would look back at me as I stared at the rocks, trying to figure out which ones to step on and how to place my foot. Then I would look at you, and you smiled at me. You always loved my little quirks and awkwardness, and I loved your smile. I remember your smile that day. You would smile at me, and I was convinced that everything was okay, that we would be okay. I can't explain the sounds of a waterfall, but I know from experience how it feels to be directly underneath one. When you're standing underneath a waterfall, it feels like each little drop of water is trying to break into your skin, a lot like what your silence was doing to me. Each word unspoken, another pain against my skin, a lot like how I imagined it would feel to be shot 50 times at once, and then again, 100 times, and again, 150, and I lost count. I was racking my brain, staring at the water, trying to think of something, anything to say. I would look at you and wait, then look back at the water, still waiting. The only complete thought I had was a realization I had at that very moment. Waterfalls never end. In a way, they last forever. I told you this. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and you just looked at me, confused. You said, "Well, yeah." And I still understand how you could think about that. And I mean, we could all die from something crazy, like the Black Plague. All of us, all living creatures. But waterfalls will continue, even when we are dead. Waterfalls are infinite. And all you had to say was, "Well, yeah." What would you have said if I ripped my heart out of my chest and put it in your hand? Would you have said anything at all? Maybe that was my first mistake. I got scared, I held my tongue. I wanted so badly to tell you that I hoped we could be like a waterfall too, that we could last forever, be infinite. Although right now my tears that are falling, just like those drops of water, they beg to differ. They burn my skin. They hiss at the mention of the word forever. Even though I know it's a hopeless cause to wish or to think about, but all I can think about are the words forever and always, and how you smiled after you kissed me, and how you always sounded so confident when we talked about the future, about our future, and how I remember how I felt like there was a balm in my chest, and how I laid in my bed that morning, how all I could do was sob and mutter to myself, "Really?" over and over again. Most days, I'm not even angry with you, but with myself. Angry for believing that I could find my true love at 16 years old. But maybe I'm not the real fool here. Maybe it's you, because I don't know about you, but what I felt was true. I would have gave you the whole world if I had the power to. And I don't understand how you can go back to that same place and put your hands on another girl, then kiss her and smile at her the way you smiled at me. I imagine standing underneath that waterfall and you kissing her right in front of me. And I imagine my skin tearing away as the drops of water finally penetrate my skin. And I am nothing, only a skeleton, bare and empty, just like every promise you made to me. And then I reimagine, as I'm standing underneath that waterfall, and my skin is almost gone, I imagine I will dive into the river. I will drown, and I will never felt so alive. Because I want you to know that I am not bare and empty. I am not just a pile of bones for you to collect as souvenirs for good luck. And I know that as I drown, you won't save me. I don't need you to. This may be the end of us, but this is the beginning of me, and I'm saving my own damn self. Months later, my body will have completely rotted away into the soil, which will grow, parts into the streams, which will carry on. Parts of me become food for fish, which will live on. This is eternity. And this is my infinity, which I have created without you.